mini skirts.
I remember I saw my grandmother's picture.
Joking.
I'm
Yeah,
not joking, like
no.
above the knee.
Yes. To be honest, here in Kuwait, what they do is they have to see it with their eyes. But
I think that's the right way.
yeah, it's ridiculous to put a rule where you go
No
to
one can-
jail.
I'm sure in Turkey they are not
Using
using any scientific method. Perfect. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you guys this week?
Oh, you're saying welcome to the followers or us?
Yeah, of course. So I'm opening the channel.
No, it's us.
Yeah.
Also, welcome to you.
back. Yeah, welcome back.
Because they don't know that we have been sitting since 1 hour before we start the recording.
Just randomly eating frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
Frozen yogurts, what are you talking about?
No, I didn't eat frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
Zainab, what are you talking about?
Just me.
So, how was your week, John?
Good. Busy. Projects going on.
It's good.
And now we have this three-day weekend now.
Yeah.
It's a good stretch.
Peace be upon him for Prophet Muhammad's birth.
Oh, it's his birth? That's why they're giving us...
The extra day, yes.
Yeah.
Why are they giving us an extra day for...
So we can celebrate.
Yeah.
Okay.
But interesting subject, okay? In Turkey, they are celebrating it today.
Really?
Yes. Because here, they are deciding the day according to the position of the moon.
Yes.
All the months. In Turkey, no?
In Turkey, no. It's fixed. For example, Ramadan
It's
usually
fixed?
starts one day before here. Yeah.
So it's fixed even Ramadan?
Yeah. I
that-
know if I check my phone right now, I can tell you
Oh, like
2012,
Google. Like
2025.
Like the Google Calendar.
Ramadan, when
Yeah.
it's starting, I can tell you exact dates of
Well-
which Eid, when.
To be honest, here in Kuwait, what they do is they have to see it with their eyes. Like there's certain...
I believe that one is more correct.
Of course.
To see it with your own eyes?
Yes.
Or can you use a telescope?
I'm sure in Turkey they are not
Using
using
anything.
any scientific method to define the position of the moon.
But
They are calculating the days
Yes.
accordingly, and they say this is the day.
Well, we have a doctor, Ajeri, if you've ever heard of
No,
him. He
I
died
didn't.
recently.
Okay.
This guy gave until 2050 when are they able to see the moon or not. So the days that they cannot, or the months they cannot see the moon, he would tell them, you can go. The moon would be born on that day, but you won't be able to see it with your own eyes. So you have Shia and Sunnas in Kuwait. Sunnah, they have it's fine to see it with a telescope and then see it with your own eye.
Yeah.
However, with the Shiites, no, you have to actually see it with your own eye.
Yes.
And the problem came a few years ago when they saw it and it was a half of a planet or whatever it was, and it wasn't the moon, and they still said, well, we think it's the next month then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think the Turkish way is
and
better.
also, no, I will tell you why.
It's fixed.
Are you fasting in Ramadan?
Yes?
Okay. Now,
I try.
According to the book, Quran,
Yeah.
what is the rule for starting and stopping the eat?
صوموا وافطروا لرؤيته by seeing it.
Okay, no. The rule, what is it? The sun shouldn't be seen before you stop eating. Once you see Fajr,
حتى يبان الخيط الأبيض من الأسود.
Fajr, yani the orange color as a line on the horizon, you stop eating.
Yes.
But before you see Fajr, the dawn, or
Yeah.
dawn, yeah.
Yeah.
Before you see the dawn, but the sky is usually it is
Brighter.
bright, right?
Yes.
In Turkey,
Yeah.
Sahur, you see the adhan when the sky is dark, completely pitch dark.
That's the right way to do it, yes.
No? How?
Yes, this should be completely gone. This is what I tell people all the time.
No, I'm not
To start
talking about
futur-
futur.
suhoor.
I'm talking about sahur.
Oh yeah, the same way here until the Fajr Adhan is there. And then
Yes,
we
but
stop.
the sky is there is light, even though you don't see the sun. There is light in the sky. It's blue. In Turkey, our sahur and futur, it's pitch dark. Pitch dark. You don't see Fajr or something.
But
it's
we don't
like
eat
3
at
to-
Fajr. We don't eat at the adhan.
We
Okay,
stop
but
at
when you
Adhan.
see Fajr, the azan is coming.
Yeah.
In
When
Turkey, it's not like this. The azan is coming in pitch dark. And it's, for example, the
thought on that,
Fajr is at 5:30, like this, for example. I don't know the
Yeah.
time. 4:45, 4:50, we are stop eating. And the ones who are fasting, I'm not fasting, but the ones who are my father, for example, they stop. And futur, same. The sun is gone. The sky becomes dark. Then after we get or little light,
Yeah.
we get the azan
Yeah.
for futur, and then they start to
Yeah,
eat.
we're the same, right?
Yeah. It's almost the same. Because Adhan Fajr to us is like 3:34 and it's still pitch dark outside. That's the Adhan.
Yeah, we have a guest.
Hi.
Smokey. Sorry for it.
No problem.
Yeah, that's what this is the difference. I believe the system over here is more accurate. At least it is more compliant with the original rule of Quran.
Yeah.
In Turkey, it's a bit interpreted differently.
Differently,
This
yeah.
is what I'm thinking.
Oh, whatever it is, how long is it till Ramadan? 3 months?
4?
Oh,
No,
4
4.
months?
no, it's in March. Still,
In
there is a
March?
lot. Yeah,
Oh, thank God.
6 months, yeah.
yeah. There is 6 months.
Every year I get scared from Ramadan. Everything changes in Ramadan. Well, we came across...
First year for me was hard. First year, because you cannot eat in Kuwait. You cannot eat or
Yeah.
drink anything while people are
Driving.
fasting. That's why first year was so hard. Second year and after that, I got used to it. In our company, for example, they have a special room for it
Yeah.
I see.
that you can eat if you're not fasting.
That's good. At least they provide that. When I was in Egypt for a while, because the society is already divided into some of them are Christians and some of them are Muslims, nobody cares if you're
Fasting or
or not fasting.
In Turkey also.
Yeah, nobody it's just up to you. You know, if you want to eat, you can eat. If you don't want
Yes.
to eat, it's up to you.
But
I think that's the right way.
yeah, it's ridiculous to put a rule where you go
No
to
one
jail
Yeah. Like
for not
how
fasting or eating in public.
how much of no will do you have for you to control everyone else's will? Like
Yeah.
don't eat because I might feel hungry.
Yeah.
That's so selfish.
Actually, it is against the what is it called? It is against the purpose of fasting,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
because purpose of fasting is what
should
most
be
of the
hard.
people are.
Yeah.
Not just being hard.
To feel.
Most of the people, I believe, they are forgetting the real purpose of fasting. What is it saying? To understand the people who are in need
Yes.
of food or whatever. They don't have basic. Do you want me to take her?
No.
Okay.
I just want to put my hand somewhere, but
okay.
it's fine, no problem.
The real purpose of it, to understand the people who have chance to have enough food, but if you don't have, if you are in need, what you will see all day, people are in their car drinking their
Yeah.
coffee. You don't have this chance, for
Yeah.
example, or you don't have simply enough financial, you don't have enough
Yeah.
money to buy food for yourself, to have enjoyed the life. You just have basic life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Not-
month everyone is considered equal
Exactly.
until fast is
Yeah,
over
but
and you start
you
eating
need to understand the one who are fortunate to have enough sources to have a decent life. In this month, you need to understand what people are facing of. Then it is better to see a person in front of you who is eating.
They're taking it more as a tradition more than the teachings of it. But that's the same thing goes for Al-Hajj. You know? The whole point of Al-Hajj before wasn't like now.
Yeah.
Well, it is more leans towards a conspiracy, right? What
I believe we are in a very thin
Yeah.
ice right now. That's why I don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah, that's
create
more of a
big-
conspiracy, which I don't think we should talk about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
You guys can discuss it in the comments though.
Yeah, you can discuss. You can curse us.
We weren't disrespectful to anything.
No, not
Yeah.
disrespect. I respect all the religions.
I respect
I have
religion. I don't respect religious people. When I mean by religious, not the ones who are being
who are
teaching.
using the religion for
Yes.
their own benefit.
Yes, even the ones who are wearing imama in sense of us Shia, you know, some of them they're using religion or tradition over religion itself.
Yeah.
You know, they say we've been doing it for years. Why should we stop now? Well, it doesn't mean that you're right.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You are exactly right. The people who are benefiting from religion is not honest. It's
Yeah.
not genuine.
Yeah, I've
the
seen-
people, because the religion is something for yourself, not
True.
for you to show anybody.
Yeah.
It's for your own inner peace or whatever it gives you feeling of, not
That's
to
true.
show anyone else.
Well, brings us to the point of Afghanistan and Taliban when they took over.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember what happened? Do you remember when the US?
Yeah,
Yeah, and the
the
people
planes
started.
took over and people fall off on it.
Yes, that's a crazy. I was telling you, that's a crazy thought to think to hang on an airplane's wheel. It's better than living
Because he is
in a
that
place.
desperate.
Yeah.
He is
He's that desperate.
How
For
hard is it?
example,
Yeah.
you have enough equipment, okay? You can hang on a plane. Like in Tom Cruise's movie, he had a special equipment when he's shooting that scene in Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
and he took off in a real plane. It is
Yeah.
a real shot. It's not like 3D or visual
Yeah.
Yeah, he
effects
does
or
his
something.
own stunts. Yeah.
Yes, he make his own stunt. For example, you are fortunate as Tom Cruise and you have this equipment to hold on the plane. When the plane goes up, it is freezing
Yeah.
cold up there.
didn't
You will be
care.
frozen. And he's not even thinking that he is that desperate, these people. But I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming America for it.
To be honest, I didn't understand that mentality. For me to hang on the wheel itself rather than being down until I saw this video on how Taliban are treating drug addicts. You should see the documentary. I think it's by Al Jazeera in English. And they start out by people with long beards and armed. They come down a bus and they start pulling people inside the bus saying they're all drug addicts. And they just look homeless, you know? So they wound them up with the white suit. I thought that it's about COVID, you know? I didn't think it was drug addicts or they're trying
Yeah.
to fight the addicts. They're wearing white. So imagine you're an addict and you look and there's people that are wearing white with masks and everything, pulling them inside the bus forcefully, taking them to a place where they get stripped from their clothes, hosed by a cold water, and then being shaved the head and the beard, and then give them certain clothes, and then they tell them for 45 days you're gonna stay here. 45 days you're gonna stay in this place
Yeah.
until you're out of the heroin addiction or
And their mentality,
opioid addiction.
Their mentality, that's how they're helping them. So imagine how are
The
they
Islamic way of
Yeah.
helping them.
So imagine what they're going to do to people that are being punished or like going
for
to
real
actual
crimes.
jail on crimes. You know, this is already like harsh enough, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is Afghanistan is they are still stoning the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are
didn't happen
digging a pit, just the head on the above the ground, and they are stoning people. It is unbelievable. We are living in the age that there is people who have certain pages that I cannot say the name. They starts with O and second word with F. You know this website. The girls are dancing.
OnlyFans?
I was trying to not to say that, but
Oh,
yes, OnlyFans.
Yeah, everyone knows about it.
And there is, in the same time, there is people who are still stoning the people. I'm not justifying any of it.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
of
Yeah,
it is
both extreme ends.
Both is extreme. But those people are living in the same day and same
Yeah.
century.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't understand what.
Let's dig deeper into the OnlyFans since you brought it up. Since OnlyFans gave porn stars more freedom than before.
Besides of that, the real thing of OnlyFans that it brought porn industry to the individual level.
Yes, they can choose
before,
now.
you need a production for porn.
That's true.
You need the cameras, the lighting, and
Yeah.
everything. Now, if you buy a simple light, one camera, you have your OnlyFans.
Yeah, and then you still have to go through the production companies telling her who she can act with. Let's say, you know,
No, they are making collaborations.
Yes, now they're collaborating. She
Like
chooses
influencers, Instagram influencers.
Yeah, by taking, whatever people are telling them, which is crazy,
Yes,
but
it is.
since it gives them freedom, because they're going to always do that, that's never going to stop.
The
But
water
it's giving
will
them-
find its own way. In Turkish, we have it saying, water will find its own way. You cannot stop it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And you build a dam, but even though if the current is high enough, this dam will
Yeah,
not
people
be able
will
to
always find a
hold.
way. Always find a way.
Exactly.
What illegal is gonna always be illegal somehow.
Yeah, because for example, the 90% of the internet traffic is for porn. Over 90%.
Yeah,
And we are using internet for a lot of things for
Even the dark
in our
web.
life.
that's true.
But what you don't see is that the 90% of the old world's traffic is it is for porn. Crazy world, crazy time. But in the other hand, I believe we are very lucky as our age.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little bit older than both of you.
Yeah.
But I grew up in the streets. I played football on the street. My knees were full of the scars and everything.
Cuts, yeah.
I was going out with
We're the
morning.
same- I was the same way.
Yeah, I was going out in the morning, coming back in the evening, adhan, back to home. This was the rule. In the morning, you had your breakfast. Your
Yeah.
mother says, "Okay, you want to go street? Go street."
Yeah.
No cell phone,
No,
nothing.
nothing, yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
And we were not getting lost. Today, if we put a kid in my age in that time, like
Yeah,
say
that's
7, 8, 10 years old,
Yeah, kidnapped for
in,
sure.
put it in the street, you cannot find it 1 hour later or half an hour later.
That is true. In the real world, yeah, they're not as good. However, when it comes to devices and problem solving or games, they're actually from a very young age, they get used to it.
Because they are evolving. We
Yeah.
are evolving. We were
The
them for
transition.
our parents.
That's
We
true.
Yeah,
were
yeah.
we were learning fast. We were learning
true.
doing because what's happening that educational level now for the parents and
way
the second
higher.
generation parents, it's becoming university level. And for example, my parents are not educated in university. My father is a high school dropout. My mother is a high school finish. Yani they graduated from high school. They both didn't study university. Their parents, they maybe didn't even study high school.
I see.
I graduated from university. You guys are graduated from university, our age, or let's say one generation, two generation maximum before, especially in this region.
Yeah.
Maybe in the Western countries, it is more older generation goes more older, high
Well,
education.
Based on Jordan Peterson, he's a professor.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's saying less men are graduating from universities because the university changed what it was before. Before it was all about education. Now it's all about money, following
Yes.
the guidelines. So you have men dropping out of universities more than before. Women are graduating more than the guys.
Yeah, because one of the things that also in university education, before it was more affordable, like you said, more affordable. Even now, in Turkey especially, what happened that the government, they lowered the education quality so badly, so people
Go
forced
private.
to go private schools.
Yeah.
And you cannot believe the prices.
Yeah.
Wow.
10,000 dinar. I'm talking about $35,000 per year.
That's a lot.
And in Turkey, it's almost impossible. The average salary in Turkey right now, guys, it is 150 KD, $500. Average salary. If you're working in a supermarket, if you're working in McDonald's, or if you're working...
Isn't that worldwide? Yeah,
No.
it's not a
Turkey
special-
is way low now. We become poorer. Our government purposely, they made us poorer.
But Sri
And
Lanka,
maybe the people-
Canada, you have a lot of countries now that they started off the year in a level, and then at the end of the year they're just declining. Depends on the level where they are, but they're all declining economically.
Everywhere in the world, it's declined. The income and the cost of life is getting higher, but in Turkey, it's extreme.
But that's my question. If every country owes money, who the one that we're taking money from? Now we're 300
Because
trillion in
what you're
debt, I think, or
thinking
something like
is
that.
okay. What you're thinking is physical money, but the most of the money running around the world is not physical money.
It's not
It
physical,
is
yeah.
digital money. For example, what you're doing is
It's
now-
dollar money. It's dollar, not digital money. Digital dollar money.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, not like that. For example, between Russia and China, they are not using American dollar.
Yeah, but they're part of
BRICS.
Huh?
BRICS, you mean?
And BRICS is the new thing that they're
Yeah.
trying to push.
Okay.
But the old system, which is
Central bank system?
it's a central bank system, but what is it called in English? I forgot. It's صندوق النقد الدولي.
International.
International Fund or something like that.
IMF?
IMF. I think this is what it's called.
They are still members
Monetary,
of...
yes, monetary.
Yeah, IMF.
Yeah, since they're part of it, then they take their money through the dollar.
Yeah, but
only
if
two
they
countries.
get... No, what I'm talking is the trade between them.
Yeah, I understand. You trade only by dollar. Whatever you're selling, exporting, importing, you're selling your currency for $1, and then the dollar goes
Yeah,
for that
now
currency.
this shifting. That's why this whole
Still didn't
conflict in
shift.
the...
Yes, that's true.
I
You're
read
right.
I read an article about this. In every 250 years
It
or
has to change.
so, not had to, the what is it called?
Medium of exchange.
No, the fashion is changing the biggest power in the world. For example,
fast fashion.
before America, it was England, Britain.
Yeah, but wasn't the
okay,
pound?
You mean that?
Huh?
But wasn't the pound?
No, it was.
N-
I'm not
the-
talking about today. I'm talking about
Yeah,
250
yeah,
years before.
I know. 200 years ago, the spice was the medium of exchange.
Maybe. But
Not maybe,
but
that
I'm
it
talking
was.
about the superpower of the world.
Yes.
Now America,
America's
United
a
States
superpower,
of
and they're
America.
the only ones after the Roman Empire that they forcefully say you have to take our currency.
Yeah. Everybody do that.
Yes.
For example, after before in Britain, it was the Dutch, I believe, or Portuguese. They were the superpower.
Yeah.
There was Ottoman Empire for a while. It was the superpower. I believe before
Until World War I.
before Britain, it was the Ottoman Empire. I don't know the order. I will find the video, and I read either I read or I watched. I don't remember. There is like the frequency. The word I was looking for is frequency is like 250 years.
Yes.
Now we are coming to the edge of
That's true.
changing the
Yeah.
superpower because America is losing its
Yes.
power. That's why they are,
losing its power.
and they are losing the control.
Yeah, they are losing control, but they still have the biggest army we've ever seen in the world. If
Biggest
you-
navy now in the world
Yeah.
belongs to China.
No way.
Yes.
I don't believe that.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
We need to Google
Today I watched in Al Jazeera English.
that. Really? Since when?
I was watching a Chinese diplomat who is placed on London. He was the guest of Mehdi.
Hakim?
No, there is one famous British journalist, Mehdi. He's Al Jazeera correspondent. Mehdi. Anyway, I will find his name and I
problem.
will write it down over here. And I will put the interview video if they don't put us any copyright. He is saying over that the China now has the biggest navy.
In what sense? Because the Air Force, U.S. is number one. Number two is the U.S. Navy. The second highest Air Force is the U.S. Navy.
Biggest as in number
amount
of
of
people
ships.
Number of people or fleet?
or strongest?
Fleet, I believe. We will see. Let
We'll
me
see,
find
yeah,
the
no
number,
problem.
and we will talk about
So
this
if that's
again.
the case, then yeah, that changes
China
the whole.
and China now. What biggest thing that they have? They have the bonds of America,
yeah,
and America, even if they want, they cannot attack China.
they can't.
Huh?
Yeah, they can't. You're
Huh.
right.
I understood that they can use
No,
it.
no. I
They
said
cannot.
They can't. Yeah.
And now the tension on Taiwan is rising.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
true.
guy over there in the interview, he's saying no matter what is the cost, China will not give up from Taiwan.
Yeah.
And if America tries to increase its presence on Taiwan, eventually, if it's needed, askeriye, yani the military attack on Taiwan or around Taiwan, we will do it. We will not give up from Taiwan. They are obsessed with it.
Standing there.
Yeah, they are not. He is saying even 1 inch we will not lose of it. Okay, now there is a conflict since 1945 between Taiwan and China, and Taiwan doesn't want to join China, but officially right now we are on ceasefire. We are still in war. We are on ceasefire, and Taiwan is a part of China. This is what is their perspective, and no matter what is the cost, we will either join. They will make us join Taiwan, or we will make them join.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, another thing in Taiwan, since this conflict started, 10% of the population is Japanese originated.
Oh wow.
There is 23 million people, 2.3 million of it is Japanese originated. What this Chinese diplomat is saying that we will get pledge from them that they will show their loyalty to China, or we will ask them to leave. And this journalist Mehdi, I forgot his last name, he said this means ethnic cleansing. If they don't accept your administration, if you're going to send them, this means it's a specific ethnic cleansing.
Yes.
He's saying no. They will show their they will give pledge,
Is
or
it
they will.
ethnic cleansing? Aren't they all ethnic, one ethnicity or no?
No, he was just saying some of them are originally Japanese.
Yeah, I know. Japanese, Chinese, Malaysian, they're all the same ethnicity or no?
We think it's the same, but they don't.
What do you mean we don't
There
think?
is Chinese originated people already.
I understand, but if you want to like,
And Taiwan is very
you want to
very
categorize
strong
people,
country.
if you're going to categorize humans, you're going to say there's black people, there's Middle Eastern, white people, and then there's East Asia people,
Asians,
right?
mostly they
Asians.
are Asians, Indians, like this.
Yeah, the
There's a
same
lot.
ethnicity. This is what I meant. So it's not an ethnicity cleansing or no.
It is. Isn't
It's a
it?
country
ethnic-
cleansing.
No, if you
It's
say the
ethnical,
same
but
thing.
Japanese is an ethnicity.
Yeah.
Its own ethnicity, so it's not part
Yes.
of Asian ethnicity.
No.
Okay, how about this? We're
Same food, same
in
ethnicity.
Kuwait. We're all
Middle
Arab.
Easterns.
Middle Easterns.
Yes.
Okay. Some are originally from Saudi Arabia. Some are
True.
originally from Iraq.
Yes.
Aren't we all Middle Eastern?
Yeah, we are.
All
Same
Middle
thing.
Eastern,
So
but
if you
ethnic-
cleanse-
If you say you start to cleansing a certain part of Middle Eastern,
Yeah.
that's ethnicity cleansing.
It is because it's
Yes.
they have to search for something specific.
I think it's based on where you are.
It is where they are.
Not
Or where
what
they're
country you're
from.
from.
Yeah. Okay, if like Jews went to and lived in another country and they were
They're
still
called Jewish people, not
Okay.
Jews.
Jewish people, and they started killing them
Yeah.
randomly based on their religion, isn't that ethnic cleansing?
No, that's religion cleansing. No?
it's a bit different. Religion-based cleansing, or it's not ethnical, but the thing is, Jewish.
understand,
No, I mean
they
they're-
only have. They in the history they only had one country. They
Yeah.
didn't have a
That's
Jewish
what I mean.
state.
They're originally all from.
And besides of Israel, now it's not allowed to say Israel in Kuwait. No, I'm not.
No, it's
No,
since
no.
forever. It's been like
No, we are not. Kuwait is not accepting Israel as a country. What I'm trying to say is, in the history, there was Israel. It
Yes.
wasn't Israel. Maybe it was called
Palestine.
different. No, Palestine was called when Ottoman. Before Ottoman, I don't know the history. I will not lie about it.
Well, it's still Palestine. In our Quran, it says it was since forever it was Palestine.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is an ayah that said to Moses, "Go to Palestine, you and the Ben
Ah,
Israel."
okay.
Yes.
Then Palestine, Philistine.
Palestine, yes.
Yeah, Palestine. There was a Jewish state before Islam come, before Christianism come. The people on this region, Philistine area, who are living are Jewish. Then they left. Muslim, they keep living over there. And then the conflict today is created by Britain. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, for example, for Islam, there is a lot of countries. The Ottoman Empire
Yes.
was Muslim, Islamic country. Today,
Islamic, but not Arabic. That's the problem.
Islamic. No,
Yes,
no,
Islamic,
not
not
Arabic.
Arabic, yes.
Islamic. For example, today, which ones are considered Islamic country? Kuwait.
Two countries. We're not an
Saudi-
Islamic country. Saudi Arabia and Iran.
Iran, yeah.
That's the only two Islamic countries.
Because they're
We're
governed
considered-
by religion,
Yeah, religious rules.
religious rules.
We're influenced
By
by
Sharia,
religion.
right?
Yeah.
It's not okay in Kuwait now. The situation it's not based on Sharia.
No.
No.
It's influenced by Sharia.
Influenced.
So, yes, influenced by Sharia. This is what they say. Even alcohol, the way it's banned, it's not due to religion. It's due to economical monopoly.
Yeah.
Due to economical monopoly, they stopped. They said it's illegal to drink alcohol.
Most of the rules here are like based on societal norms or what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, because of
The parliament.
parliament. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because
It
they
was
represent.
allowed before?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Before.
They used to sell alcohol here, but because the two big families here in Kuwait, they fought over who's gonna sell certain alcohol and what brand.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, you're giving me a less brand than yours, then no, we're all gonna say no alcohol. Why? Due to religion. That's it. They just stopped it.
They used religion
Yes,
for their own
exactly.
benefit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
There were even stores. If you see the 1950s, there's the stores where they sell alcohol.
Liquor stores.
Liquor stores, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Certain brands, certain British brands as well.
and before the 80s, صح? Before the 80s or before
No,
the
no, no.
70s?
I
No, no.
just
Your
need
channel.
you to come close to your
Oh,
microphone.
sorry.
Your
Before
voice.
the 80s or 70s, the women here dressed different, and
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the
true.
men too.
Before the 70s.
Yeah.
Before the revolution in Iran.
Before the revolution,
Yeah.
less hijabs,
Conservative, you mean.
less conservative,
Yeah.
conservative, more mini skirts.
Yeah. I underlined
Cetera,
miniskirts
cetera.
because everyone said they wore miniskirts.
Mini skirts.
I remember I saw my grandmother's
You're
picture.
joking.
I'm not
Yeah,
joking, like
no.
above the knee.
Yes. My grandmother was one of them.
Yes.
I remember looking at the picture. I'm like, how did she go while wearing hijab and then she threw out the hijab? She's like, no,
Not
we
just
didn't wear
like
hijab
they
at that
didn't
time.
like transition from like mini skirts to hijab. It went from
It's
mini skirts to
slowly-
To
abaya,
abaya على طول. Yes, all
to
of a
like the
sudden.
full black abaya. You know,
The niqab.
not niqab, but abaya. Some of them went to niqab.
Some of them went to niqab, yeah,
Yeah.
straight away from
or
miniskirt
like the
to
hijab that's
niqab.
like covering.
It's less than 3-4 years, by the way.
You're not talking about a big span of time.
No,
Very short.
No.
very short.
Very short.
When the revolution happened, what Khomeini said is like, we're gonna export
In Iran, yes.
revolution.
It's happened in
Yes.
a day.
But it was
But
influenced here too.
That's the thing. When he said we're gonna export with a revolution to other countries, the Shia said the other countries, they're like, what is he talking about? But this is exactly what made the Sunnis be angry or be scared. And if they're gonna have influence on our country, then we should have our power as well. And this is where they rose, the Ikhwan and Wahhabiyya. It's like against that to balance out the Shiites and they don't become that strong. So that's why you see every Gulf
Party.
country became religious all of a sudden.
And divided into parties, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, there is no parties, right?
No, there is.
Oh, there is.
There is.
There is?
Oh yeah. There's parties based on origin, which country you're originated from. There's parties considering religion.
Religion.
Parties
And for
considering-
example, Iraqi originated Kuwaitis have a party.
yeah, it's
The Iraqis are not that.
No, I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But they don't have that much influence due to the invasion. So they don't. Some of them try to hide it. Now they're fine with it. But before, like beginning in 1991 up until like 2010 or 12, they used to not say we're original from Iraq. So they don't get that,
I see.
stigma,
I see.
But you
It's,
have.
I think every country has the same thing, like how African Americans were treated in the U.S., for example.
Yes.
Yeah, there's always this group that people look less down on. I mean, down on more, and there's this group that only marries certain families or like has some certain
traditional.
criteria for like who they should hang out with or be friends with or relationships with or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, to my mother, where she originally from Persia or Iran, they love white people. That's it.
Yeah.
She's very, she's very racist, but she doesn't admit it.
Yeah. In Turkey, there is no color racism. There is national racism now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always in Turkey, they say that we are not racist, blah, blah, blah. But then now they hate Syrians. My wife is Syrian originated Turkish,
Yeah.
but they hate Syrian. My mother. When I told her that I'm going to marry with my wife, I saw her eyes like this.
Yeah.
And she
I
was
know that
thinking
feeling.
completely different. Sorry?
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, married to an Iraqi original Iraqi.
Mm-hmm.
My mom had the same thing. She was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yes,
So what?
yeah."
Yes, I have
I think
a
she
guess.
wants her own mic.
No, she wants food.
One eternity later.
Okay, we are back. What were you talking about?
Back from feeding the cat? No,
Yeah,
just kidding.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, I give the food to the cats, so they will be perfect now. They will be silent. You wanted to talk
yeah.
about something? Yes,
The Malaysian flight
MH370
MH370. Yeah, I recently watched the
documentary on Netflix.
documentary on Netflix. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Tell us about you, then we will join you in the subject.
It's not gonna be as
I didn't watch it. In
organized as the documentary was, so I suggest you go watch it if you're interested.
What, you gonna say the whole
Conspiracies.
story about it?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm just
I
gonna
see.
discuss how
Yeah.
they originally started thinking to blame
Still,
it.
they couldn't find it. This
Yeah.
is the first fact that we. They found some pieces of planes,
Debris,
but
yeah.
they don't even know this belongs to that plane or not.
So, what conclusion do you both draw from that?
First of all, do you realize that they said that this piece of the plane could be from that flight?
Yes, that's what I'm
When
saying.
in fact, that piece of plane usually has an ID stuck on it.
Okay.
That doesn't get removed by
Any-
any environmental factors.
Okay.
Or heat.
Durable.
Yeah, it's very durable. The only time it's removed is when they're disassembling old planes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so this is a part of an old plane that they planted
Maybe.
to make it look like. I think so.
Okay,
Because
that-
it's
that's the conclusion.
I
you were
believe
driving
it's
on.
shore. It's came to a shore
Madagascar.
or something.
Yeah.
Madagascar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Madagascar. What
Yeah, it was.
No,
it was
Madagascar. I
Madagascar.
remember it
What?
was in
Yeah,
Madagascar. I
because
believe.
it's the Indian Ocean.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
the Pacific.
exactly.
Yeah.
East side of Madagascar
Yes.
is for belongs
If
to.
you watch the documentary, it's mostly, let's say, controlled by Americans.
Okay.
Yeah, or influenced by Americans. And the beginning of it, they're trying to pin it on Russians, like how typically American, you know? And then this guy out of the blue, he's an adventurer.
American
That's
adventure.
American adventurer.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what's written underneath adventurer.
Like that's his job.
Okay.
He's an adventurer, or they said what, the American Indiana Jones.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's the one that surprisingly found the rest of the debris by just showing up on a shore and asking people. They're like, "Did you see any parts of plane debris?" And they're like, "No, we didn't." But
And some guy from
usually-
Facebook group told him where the
yeah,
rest is. Yeah.
usually it washes up at this certain place of the shore. If you want to go check, and just by walking 2 hours, he found like 6 or something pieces.
Yeah, but what crazy facts about that guy?
Oh yeah, but surprisingly about that guy is he speaks fluent Russian, and he has he established a company with 2 Russian guys in the 90s.
Okay, so let's draw the conclusion. Who do you think made the plane disappear? Americans or Russians?
Now, technically, before we come to conclusion, that one thing I want to say. Do you believe aliens?
You believe what?
In aliens?
Aliens.
Aliens?
According to the Reddit, there is a lot of edit
Yeah.
showing that it has been kidnapped by alien spaceships, 3 of it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. No, I'm just
yeah.
giving fun to the subject
Yeah.
because this is the
It
conspiracy.
is ridiculous, and it is part
But
of the conspiracy.
The thing is that all this satellite technology in our hand and everything, it is still couldn't find the plane, anything.
Well, our technologies are very limited to what they can do and see, you know? Like we can't see inside caves yet.
We cannot see inside
We
caves,
can't.
but how you will put a plane inside a cave?
Not the plane. I'm talking about
No,
like
I'm
the
talk-
satellite and all
it
the
is limited.
technologies that we have.
Yeah,
are
like for
limited.
example, how the plane.
How you will hide a plane?
How
Okay, you have a hangar. Okay, there is time.
Okay.
From the moment it's got disappeared,
Yes.
they dedicated some resources to find
That
this
is
plane,
true.
and since that moment
Yeah.
until today, there is nothing,
Well-
nothing.
But there is something. When they lost the plane on the radar,
Okay.
they were still getting
Pings.
the Emersat getting pings regarding where the plane went later on.
Where
Yeah.
did it go?
Somewhere in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
But they
That
weren't
location
sure.
that they were looking
And
for.
it disappeared.
Yeah, it disappeared.
Yes.
But this is like a few kilometers or miles after it disappeared from the radar. So this other piece of technology
But
continued.
also you need to think about the altitude of the plane. And if, for example, the moment you lost it on the radar,
Yeah.
even if you are not so far away from the shore, for example, from the land, until it
descending,
falls, if
yeah.
if it's a fall on the
not
Indian
gonna
Ocean,
fall in a straight
it
line.
will not exactly.
Yeah,
it
that's-
will
that's
maybe
a
it
good-
fall. It
Okay.
fell 1,000
good point.
kilometers
Well,
away.
what I
Good
think from my perspective since before, because I follow the economical history or economic news, Boeing, the company itself, they paid a lot of money to the Malaysian let's say
Government.
government, to hide the fact to what really happened to the plane.
Yeah.
Because they were losing money already, and they didn't want anything bad or reputation to the company itself.
Yeah. To add on that, the Malaysian military came and said, like afterwards, I think days after it was lost, that the military saw the plane
Saw.
take a U-turn.
So
they
you-
saw it
unidentified
on a
flying
radar.
object.
Yeah, and
They don't know if it
they
was the
think
plane or
it's
not.
that
Is
plane.
it that plane?
It's
But they don't know.
unidentified, but they suggested it's that
They said
plane.
maybe it's
And
the
for
plane
ex-
or a helicopter.
and there is
I'm
no
like, what?
proof to support this whatsoever.
Yeah.
I will
But they
tell-
kept looking over there, you know, they didn't even look inside Vietnam. So I think what happened is because they had a cargo, which everyone agrees, they had a cargo that they have
Lithium.
really high density of lithium or high density
Quantities.
of quantities of lithium that is above the guidelines that Boeing put.
2 tons of electronics.
25,000 tons.
25 tons?
Yes,
Oh, I thought it was
25,000
2
tons.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25,000 tons of lithium.
In this plane.
Yes,
Yeah.
inside this plane. Which
That
is
was
Impossible.
not-
It will not lift off.
this
That
is
was
what's
not
written.
X-rayed
Yeah.
or monitored.
It
And
will
it
not
was
lift
sneaked
off
into the
with
air.
that weight. It will not lift off. The commercial planes are not designed to get that weight. For example,
Maybe
the
it's 25
military,
kilograms, 25,000 kilograms,
maybe
Remember, it's
25 tons. Okay,
25,000 kilograms, maybe. So that's 25 tons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Each
25
thousand
tons.
is a ton.
Yes.
25 tons, I understand, but
makes sense.
25,000, it's impossible
Yeah, that's
to
impossible.
lift
That
it.
is true. Yeah, I think I mixed up the kilograms
Yeah.
with the tons.
Because the military cargo airplanes, I don't know how much they lift, but
Yeah.
they don't even cannot lift
25,000.
25,000
That's true.
tons. You
25,000
cannot.
tons is a lot.
And how many, for example, this one American military cargo plane, how many tanks it can get inside? One
Three.
or two?
3 tanks.
3 tanks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Each tank is 10 tons? No.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
No, not 10,000 tons. For example, if they lift
Yeah,
25,000 tons,
25,000
10,000
tons is a
impossible.
ridiculous number. That is true. Yet they've exceeded what they need, the guideline that Boeing put on how much they should have in. So when that happened, and then you have the 2 American airplanes that hovered on top of the Malaysian
What's the AWATS?
AWACS, I think they're called,
AWACS?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have basically satellite those airplanes, and they check what's inside the plane itself.
Those airplanes, they had a certain characteristic. What was it?
They have an umbrella shape of satellite.
No, not that. I meant they're
Oh, they can.
يحجبون.
Yeah, they can close down all the electronics.
yeah. There's a word that they use.
Communication. Jam their communication.
Yeah, jam. Yeah. So that's how one of the theories is the 2 AWAC planes came and
Jammed.
hovered one under one over the Boeing, and
They jammed the communication.
they jammed the communication. That's how it disappeared from the radar.
Okay. 350 tons. The biggest commercial airplane can lift
This
with
is
everything.
the Boeing 777.
No, this is, I just searched for
Yeah.
now how much a commercial airplane can carry,
Okay.
including the people, including the
Cargo.
fuel, including cargo,
350
including the
tons.
weight of the,
The plane
plane itself, all cannot exceed 350,000 kilograms, which means 350 tons.
So you're all right, 25 tons maybe?
I think
Or
that's right.
250 tons?
I'm not sure. I remember the number 2, and I remember the number. I remember
5.
tons, but I don't
Yeah.
remember the rest.
350 tons.
Either way, the whole point is they were carrying extra lithium cargo than they're supposed to. And at that time, China was moving lithium batteries of tanks, and the US already had an eye on them. They're like, why are you moving those tank batteries?
Oh
You know?
yeah. Surprisingly, the flight went over a couple of military bases. I think 2 military bases, without it being noticed.
Okay.
One is like near Australia. The Australian
It didn't go to Australia.
didn't go to Australia, but
No.
it was in,
There's
near
a
the air
base.
base
Air base.
without
Yeah.
it being detected. Like,
Which
come
has
on.
been placed on a different country.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
the American bases, the air bases are
different,
around
yeah.
China.
Ah,
They're all
okay.
around China. It's
Okay.
like they're
Okay, okay, I
There's a
understand.
border
Yeah, and there
for
was
them.
heavy military movement around that Indian Ocean and the countries like Thailand and Vietnam and
Yeah,
Indonesia.
because you have China, they're building islands.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
see,
yes, yes,
Yeah,
I-
you saw what they did.
They
where
are filling
built-
the sea
Yeah.
with
So how
they're
can
building
a
islands.
to
plane
increase
disappear
their
from that
sea
area?
border.
How can a plane disappear from a highly monitored area? It's ridiculous.
Let the disappearance aside. We're talking about like who made it disappear.
Aliens.
You believe
course.
it's aliens? I truly believe it's Boeing,
The Anunnaki,
the company themselves.
lizard people.
There's an easier explanation. The company itself.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
do agree.
They carried more than they can lithium, and they didn't want to take responsibility of it since it exploded. So they hid everything else, and they just gave the
But
officials
if it's explode, they will find something.
who would find the people that are looking for it. One of which, the director of the search,
Yeah, but if, for example, if Americans did it, if Americans
helped
Hide
cover
it.
it up.
Yeah.
okay,
It's an American-
then Russians will find it. Russians and Americans are never going to coexist.
That is true.
Chinese
Oh,
will
there was
find
3
it.
Russian guys on the plane.
Yes.
The Chinese will find it.
Yeah, but you're talking about a private company, not a country. They don't want to pin it
What
on
I'm
someone.
saying is
yes.
the area,
Yeah.
it has influence where it supposedly fell or disappeared, whatever you call. All countries, in a way, they have an influence over there.
Yes, that's
For
true.
example, Chinese have their own influence.
That's true.
Americans over
What-
Taiwan, they have their own influence.
What
and
happened
technology.
on the borders of Russia 2 months later or 4 months later?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What
2
happened?
months later,
Another
another
Malaysian.
Boeing was shot down.
Near the Russian border.
Another commercial flight.
So you don't know
Belongs
what.
to the same company?
Same company, same size,
same country, same airlines, same everything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that's why I think it's
It was on top of Ukraine
yeah, something like that.
or Kazakhstan.
It's on the borders of Russia.
Yeah.
is what I
Kazakhstan.
remember.
Yeah. It was
But
shot.
I think it went straight to Vietnam because that's the only place that they didn't look for, and the
They
only
didn't
reason
even
why.
mention it.
Yeah.
And there's a U.S. base there. Like, come on.
Because Vietnam is under the influence of China a lot. A lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
God
Do you
help
believe
those
9/11?
9/11, believe in what exactly?
Do you believe Osama bin Laden did it?
No, I don't.
For sure.
Do you,
not.
I'm almost certain that America did it by
Yes.
itself.
Yeah, they
yes,
did.
That's true.
The Jewish people, to be honest, the owners of the buildings did it. Because one of the owners.
Not owners of the buildings, they helped them, but the real is deep state.
Yes, the deep state. We can
Deep
say
state,
yeah,
because
that's true.
they
say
wanted
Jewish
to
people,
go
that's
to Middle East in
Yes.
a way, and they were looking for a Saudi person
Yes.
in Afghanistan, and they start searching in Iraq.
You should listen to the podcast of a Kuwaiti that was in Afghanistan doing some. He's helping out the village there or whatever, and he got
Volunteer
caught.
work?
Huh?
Volunteer.
Yeah, volunteer. that got caught after 9/11 in Afghanistan, and he had a long beard, and most Khwan are there to help. So they caught him with the people there.
Ikhwan
and-
is but Muslim brothers.
Yes, Muslim brothers, yes. So he was caught by the American people after 9/11, and they just shoved him in with the other people for interrogation.
In,
And he's-
Guantanamo?
Yeah, Guantanamo. And he just came out a few years ago.
Oh shit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's
I forgot his name. Something Kindiri.
yeah.
Shady story why he went there, to be honest. But what happened later on is ridiculous.
This
They
the
don't joke
region of the
around.
world is a dark place
Yeah.
to live, to go.
You see how the 9/11 tower collapsed?
Impossible, yes.
Like the
Well-
plane goes there, and this place and this place gets exploded.
And before that, the building number 7.
Yeah.
You know building
Yeah,
number
yeah.
7? The World Trade Center is not just consist of these 2
Buildings,
towers.
yes.
There is building number 7, blah, 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 like this. In CNN, this has been shown only one time in the live.
Yeah.
And then they notice, then they didn't repeat the same footage again. What is happening that when it's showing the 2 towers, twin towers, what is happening that on the right side there is a dust is
Explosion.
coming. No,
Yeah.
dust. The building is
Dust.
short actually.
Yeah.
The building
It's
number
shorter,
7
yeah.
is short. That's why it's not on the showing in the footage exactly. But what is happening? Suddenly there is nothing happening in the building. There is just the first plane, I believe, either first plane hit or just before the second plane hit or some like this. In that moment, suddenly there is a dust coming from down to
Bottom.
up,
Yeah.
which is the building going down. And this is the first thing. Second thing, couple months before, they renew the insurance and they include terrorism. First time.
Yeah, jet fuel against jet
No,
fuel. something.
terrorism. Exactly, the word is terrorism included in the contract, and very big amount of money has been put to the. And if building has been has a any damage through terrorism, it got in the coverage
Yeah.
couple months before, like either 3 months or 6 months. Other thing, couple weeks before, they normally there is bomb sniffing dogs. Always it was on spot in to stop any attack inside the building. There is always bomb sniffing dogs in entrance of the garage and entrance of the building. They remove the dogs, and the Haris, there is some Haris and doorman.
Security.
They are saying this is under record. They are saying that there is vans, black closed vans like GMC kind
Yeah,
of.
completely tinted black.
Yeah, not tinted. Completely van is what? How do you call it? The Tundra, GMC Tundra.
Yeah.
Blackout?
No. Full
Pickup?
black metal. Not there is no glass.
Ah, okay.
Van like a cold food carrying vans.
Yeah, yeah.
How does it? There is no window. Just
Yeah.
there is a window
Yeah.
in the,
Driver's.
The
yes,
driver's.
in the driver's side. Like this vans goes inside the underground garage. They are saying they planted the bombs inside because it is showing. I will give you the documentary. I have it on my hard drive because now you cannot find this documentary on the internet. It's called Loose Change, and the second edition. There is 4 edition of it: first, second, third, and final cut. But the best one of it is the second edition. I will give you the copy. Watch it at home. What is happening that when the building starts to collapse, you see explosions,
Happening,
lower
yeah.
levels.
Yes,
The
that's what
glasses
I'm
are
saying.
exploding,
Yeah.
which is showing that
Explosion.
it is a controlled
Bomb.
controlled demolition. Controlled demolition. And on the other hand, they are giving examples around the world, the buildings who burned. In 1982 or 80s, let me not give, but I know that it's in 80s. In Mexico City, one hotel building burns almost 12 hours completely, not like partial. For example, like this building now we are in is 15th floor. It starts in 13th floor, 14, 15 burns together. Not like this. From bottom to the up, it
12
burns 12 hours and it doesn't collapse.
Yeah.
And buildings doesn't collapse by fire if it is And we are talking about World Trade Center. It's not like they didn't build it with playing cards. They built it with solid metal.
They're talking about jet fuel. Their response
Impossible.
was that.
That one also in this documentary it is explaining. Now the steel they used it in this building has a limit,
True.
2000 centigrade. 2000 centigrade. You need continuous to melt the steel.
Yeah.
And the jet fuel, the maximum, if the jet fuel doesn't spread around, if you keep all the jet fuel, it has inside the plane in the building, the maximum it can reach is 800 degrees. And most of the jet fuel already spreading when the plane hits the building. It's showing, I will put the footage over here from this documentary. When the plane hits, what is happening that you see on the other side of the building, a lot of things are spreading. Most of it, this is jet fuel.
Yeah.
Another thing, both planes doesn't have any branding, doesn't have any windows. It is cargo plane. It is cargo plane. It is not commercial plane.
Yeah.
Both planes are gray color. There is no gray color commercial plane in the world, white or
Yes,
different
that's
colors.
true.
And
Is it an
in this-
American airline? I think.
no,
it's
it is
gray.
not. Yes, they said it's American airline, but
Yeah.
there is no American airline branding in
Yeah.
any
It's not commercial.
footage. It is not commercial. People who are calling that day when the plane kidnapped, they are calling their family. She's saying, mother or father, whatever, we have been kidnapped. And if you cannot hear from me again, I love you all. But they are talking like they are talking without panic. There is no panic. And for example, you have been kidnapped. They tied you or whatever. You held against your will. And they give you right to call your parents. And how you will tell them, mother, I have been kidnapped. If I cannot hear from me, please, please, I love you all. Something you will show some reaction, some emotion.
Yeah.
They are not showing any emotion. They are very flat voice.
Yeah.
They are talking like this. We have been kidnapped. If you cannot hear from us, I love you all. Please tell my father, my husband, my children. Like this.
Yeah.
No emotion.
Everything is disappeared. All the building is collapsed. They found 2 Saudi passports out of it.
Somehow.
The whole building is exploded, collapsed, and they found Americans like couple hours or couple days later. They bring out passports. They are showing it on the screen. This
Wow.
passport, yes, and this one, the attackers. What happened? That these guys they go in San Diego or Houston.
That's
or
the thing. There are 2 Saudis. Why the hell did they go to Afghanistan?
And the biggest thing,
And then Iraq,
and
you
the
know?
biggest thing that Bin Laden family
Yeah.
is one of the
Richest families.
one of the richest family, and the other hand, they have a lot of oil business in America.
Not only oil, they're the ones in control of renovating Mecca.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a construction company,
They
one
have
of the biggest.
subcontract kind of thing from
Yes.
America.
Yes, they do.
They have a lot of
A
business.
lot of businesses, yes.
Michael Moore, I believe, in his documentary, he was talking that if Bin Laden's family, they takes all their money from out of American banking system, there will be a small crisis. They have that much money.
So do you believe they killed Osama bin Laden? That's what Barack Obama said.
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I
Same.
believe what happened either they put him somewhere that nobody can find.
At least they did better than what they did with Daesh
Or they give
and
him a makeover.
al-Baghdadi. You know, that fake leader. They tried to make this fake leader Baghdadi.
Yeah.
But as Arabs, we know if that guy is Arabic or not. You know what I mean? You can tell from the accent if he's Arabic or not. You
He's
can
not?
tell. He's not. 100% he's not.
It's
I
like
never
it's,
His
listened to
accent is
it's like
weird.
those Jewish people that try to be Palestinian.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like he can
There's a
sometimes
little-
tell.
They burned 2 Turkish soldiers, Daesh. But it is very, very. I don't know what kind of world we are living, unfortunately.
I don't know if it's better than before or it's the same.
No, it's worse than before.
I don't think it's worse.
Only thing happens that they are trying harder to cover, but unfortunately,
They're going crazy.
My cat, yeah, he got crazy. His wires are disconnected and he's starting to move around like crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
I'm very hopeful with the future,
Hopefully.
with the new generations.
I
inshallah.
believe one thing. I'm not an anarchist, but I believe the world order, if it is going to change, there will be some anarchy. And first, the society that we know will collapse
It
in the
has to
future.
collapse. It has to collapse. Yes.
It will collapse, and then it will be rebuilt.
Generate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's-
unfortunately,
Governments are going to go away. Politicians are already considered clowns. No one respects politicians anymore.
Exactly.
The
Or
government is
believes
going to go
anything they
away.
say.
Yeah. Companies or mega companies, let's say mega corporations, are going to be in power. And
People are
they're
slowly
going
By the
to
way,
care
I-
about public
I learned.
opinion.
Yes,
I
they're
learned
slowly
something.
losing. They're slowly losing hope in voting too.
I learned something like yesterday or the day before. It was very interesting. Now I remember. London as a city, there is Greater London, and there is City of London.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know this difference?
No.
City of London is ruled by banks. There is no government belediye election there. The companies, the banks, the financial institutions who have their building in City of London, they select one person as a governor. And the most interesting thing, king or queen, before it was queen, now it's King Charles.
Yeah.
They cannot go City of London without the permission of this governor.
Really?
Yes. And it's
know
in the
that.
center of London, heart
I
of
see.
London, next to Thames. It's a small area,
Yeah.
but it's called City of London,
Yeah, I
and
didn't
it's
know
an
that.
it's a company. There is a company for it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and it is not included in EU or in England at all. It's treated like a different country in
Like by
country.
itself, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Complete different installation.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Talking about banks and how powerful
Exactly.
they are.
Exactly. This is how powerful they are. Okay. Anything else you guys would like to talk this week?
I
That's
think
it
that's
for
it
today.
for today.
Okay. I
this
think it
week.
was. Please let us know what you want us to talk. We are talking a lot of things, and sometimes we are like free flowing.
Yeah, please fight in the comments.
Yes, fight in the comments. Tell us what to do or not to do. What you like, what you don't like. Give us some guidance so we can.
Send us links or suggestions of the subjects we should be
Absolutely.
discussing.
Yes. And social media accounts. I promise I will start to post on social media accounts.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah. See you then next week.
Inshallah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye
Till
bye.
next
Bye.
time.
Bye.
Bye.